Zepeda in February?
No. So Zepeda suffered an injury.
Okay.
All right. So he hurt his hand. He suffered an injury. So we're looking to see when we can reschedule that. But that's the fight Zepeda wants.
And I think the fans would love it too because after
Shakur Stevenson, the greatest fighter I've ever seen. Beautiful style.
Yes.
Great technique. Has the punching power. Has the chin.
You guys heard it. William Zepeda turns down the Shakur Stevenson fight for the 5th time. This time around, he has a new excuse. Last time around, it was, oh, I'm having a baby, as if he was pregnant and he had to deliver the baby. However, when they gave him a different name than Shakur, all of a sudden, he ended up fighting Tevin Farmer on the same date, the moment he found out Shakur had an injury. Now William Zepeda is claiming an injury to get out of the Shakur Stevenson fight. Eric from Golden Boy is claiming that William Zepeda suffered an injury against Tevin Farmer, even though, ironically, William Zepeda never claimed he suffered an injury after the fight. During the post-fight interview, a day later and a week later, William Zepeda never said he suffered an injury until it was time to fight Shakur. Now all of a sudden, he suffered an injury. We not buying that pathetic excuse. You can do better than that. Either William Zepeda heard that he's required to do VADA testing against Shakur and he opted to pull out due to an injury, or he simply ducked Shakur for the 5th time. It ain't nothing new. Only one thing for sure and two things for certain. They said Amin Khalif was a dude in the Olympics, that he had cojones originally. Well, I'll tell you this, William Zepeda doesn't have cojones. He might as well fight in women boxing. For certain, Amin Khalif had more cojones than William Zepeda. That's for sure. Now, let's get this duck out of the sport. I don't want to hear about William Zepeda no more. I only watched him because he was supposed to fight Shakur to begin with. Now that Golden Boy has a plan to do some Munguia-ish on William Zepeda, trying to make him 40-0 fighting bumps, they can do that, but we are not interested. Now let's see who's gonna step up to the plate to fight Shakur. Hopefully Shakur will get the Morataya fight or Kid Austin. Kid Austin was bragging about replacing William Zepeda if he does pull out. Well, Christmas came early, Kid Austin. And of course, there's Morataya. Either one of these guys should be the replacement for William Zepeda. With that being said, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comment section below on William Zepeda requesting to fight in an 18-by-18 ring, just for Shakur to accept and then William Zepeda to end up pulling out for the 5th time to fight Shakur anyways. Subscribe below and to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Boxing has been in hibernation. It's like a sleeping bear. Boxing has been the most popular sport since the beginning of time. Lately, it's been Mayweather versus McGregor, who fought in the ring, not the octagon, because boxing is king. But we have to get our shit together. Fighters are not daring to be great, and we are stuck accepting mediocre fights.
come on, man.
Look, being a fighter and now a promoter, knowing the ins and outs because I'm in it, I have to say it's the fighters who are killing the sport. People try to blame the promoters or the managers, the trainers. No, it's the fighters. I was one, and I can tell you that if my camp urged me to fight someone and I wanted to fight somebody else, we were going to fight who I wanted to fight. The fighters today don't think they're getting paid enough, or they're scared of taking an L. For example, look, back in the day, Arturo Gatti and Mickey Ward weren't the most popular fighters and weren't getting paid the most during their time, but we respect them today because they fought their hearts out and came back for another day. The UFC fighters, they get paid peanuts and they go out on their shields. They fight like mother. But in boxing, we know the outcome of the big fights these days before the fight even starts. Look at the Canelo fight. Edgar Berlanga went on a month-long victory celebration because he lasted 12 rounds? He fucking lost and acted like it was a good thing?
Get some help.
This is where we're at because it comes from the top. Look at the 90s. You had Brian Tyson, Chavez, myself, Trinidad. We were warriors. We fought everyone. We created sexy mega fights that everyone looked forward to watching. We were like the 90s supermodel with the beautiful legs and tight athletic bodies. We were like Kate Moss. In the 2000s, boxing had Mayweather, and it became boring and defensive for a decade, just like Paris Hilton in the early 2000s. And most recently, we have Canelo, who is the most boring but most popular boxer today. Just like Kim Kardashian, who everyone wants to be like. She has no personality, yet makes tons of money. So essentially, Canelo is the king of the fattest, sloppiest, nastiest BBL era. Everything is cyclical in life and fashion. So here's to hoping we go back to the warriors of the 90s, those tight aerobic booties. And Canelo, fuck you. Remember, kids, you're never a hater when you only speak the facts.